You're living in Efrat also?
Okay.
If, by the way, if you, we're doing a Shabbaton this Shabbos in Tekoa.
Are you?
Yeah, with the yeshiva. And then there's going to be a Malava Malka.
You in Robinson?
With the students of the
With the
yeshiva.
students.
We started a smicha program.
Right. So,
that's why
As he's going to Tekoa? I didn't know. Okay, so he's going to be there for them. Yeah, good. Well, Ben is in the program.
He's going to, the Shosh, Yaron and Shosh.
Yaron and who?
Shosh. Oleg.
Probably. I'm just not putting the names together.
They live not far from Ben and Jaina there also.
I'm sure I met them.
how many students in the Smicha program?
Can I know 10?
Kol hakavod.
Yeah, Baruch Hashem. Okay, so we're going to do a piece in Reb Shlomo that we did the other day during the 12:30 class. We were here for this, but it ended up not being recorded. So I didn't push the button to record it. So that's why it was a very good class, Where are you going, the door?
No,
Okay. Are you going to record it? Well, you can get it on YouTube.
I can get on too? Okay.
As you wish. Page 181. Mahu hadavar harishon avuri? What's first in my life? Now, the Rosh Steinsaltz points out that when you contrast last week's Parsha, Parshas Vayera, when you contrast the events in Avraham Avinu's lifetime, Avraham Avinu is going through some pretty stormy events in his life. He gets tested with this, he gets tested with that, and Yitzchak Ishmael, the Sodom, Lot, Yakeda. It's like it's quite an eventful, stormy life, like breaking new pathways and so on, right? Yitzchak, his challenge is to continue what Avraham Avinu started in and to continue it not just in like a ho hum, this is what my father did, so this is what I'm doing too, but rather to be able to give continuity to what Avraham Avinu started with the same energy, with the same, like keep going and new frontiers that continue with the old and continue on new frontiers, So the challenge of Yitzchak is that he was who he was. Well, he's Abraham. He's Abraham's son, right? The challenge of Yitzchak is he going to be able to bring the next generation with the same to continue? You know, so all parents have that challenge. Okay. So, question is, what is the most important thing for me? What's in first place? So says Reb Shlomo, there's two kinds of numbers. There's achad, shnayim, v'shlosha. There's ordinal numbers. I think that's what it's called, 1, 2, 3, right? V'chein, rishon, sheni, v'shlishi, and then there's numbers that you rank with, you're ranking, right? It's around 181, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, it looks like you're looking at the right side of the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, okay. So, Hazor HaKadosh Omer, Davar Amok Mo'od. So the Holy Zohar says something very deep. Acharei Achad Vashnayim. After one comes two. Aval Acharei Harishon Lo Yachol Lavo Sheni. But after the first, there can't be a second. Yachol Lavo Mishu Acher, Aval Hu Lo Yeh Begeder Sheni. Maybe there's going to be some other person or thing, but it's not really the second. Rishon, the Zohar explains, Pirusho she'ein sheni lo. The way the Zohar is understanding Rishon is that there is no second. Okay? Huh?
What does that mean?
Means first and only. Right? Is Hashem going to get married, right? Shor Tova.
Right.
So it's not like your wife is going to be first and the girls that you went out with before are second. She's first and there's no second now. Right? Right? Once you find your soulmate, he's first. Forget about comparisons and seconds and things like that, right?
Saying that there's a difference between one and first.
Between one, there's two, there's three, right? But when you're talking about the Rishon, it's true in the way we count things and the way we rank things. There's, you got 100 and your sister got 99, so you came in first and she came in second, right? But that's not what the Zohar is saying. The Zohar is saying there's such a thing as a first, but there is no second. In other words, it's exclusive. אם תראירו אותי באמצע הלילה ותבקשו שאומר במהירות מיהו האדם הראשון שעולה במחשבתי שאני אוהב. If you wake me up in the middle of the night, and you say, fast, tell me, who's the first person that comes to mind that you love? אוכל לומר לכם, I'll be able to tell you. אבל אם תשאלו מיהו השני, but if you're going to ask me who's second, יהיה לי יותר קשה לענות. It'll be harder for me to answer. Why? Because אחרי הראשון, after the first person that comes to mind, there is no second, right? אין לו שני. The first person that comes to mind doesn't have a second, so to speak. Yeah, there might be somebody else coming to mind, but they're not really second to the first. The first is unique. ישנם בחיים דברים שמוכרחים להיות בגדר ראשון. So there are things in life that have to be that kind of first. אחרת משהו חסר כאן בעומק. Otherwise, there's something very deep missing. Now let's understand this. Everybody has certain aspirations, right? I'd like to get, some guys would like to get a nice, fancy Harley Davidson, right? You know what that is, yeah? Von wann weißt du, er sagt, You know what it is too, right? Esther Chaya. Okay. So let's say it costs, I don't know, $100,000, the fully loaded, whatever. I have no idea. 60,000 doesn't matter. And for some reason or other, I can't get my first choice, right? So there's a second choice. But when I make a second choice, even though it's something good, right? Something is missing, right? Something is missing. Now, let's say, for example, you have, you know, if I take you to the showroom and you see all these different bikes, okay, and I say, okay, pick one, and you go eeny, meeny, miny, mo, right? So I say, you mean you don't have a first choice? Nah, I don't. Okay. So, okay. So as far as a motorbike, it's nicht gefährlich, right? But as far as, is there something in your life that is the most important thing to you? And if and if not, there's something missing. Something deep is missing in your being, because it's natural. It's natural that there's something that matters so much to you that that takes precedence over everything else. It's the first and most important thing in your life. If you don't have something like that, so then there's something within ourselves. If a person doesn't have that, there's something missing. Something he's something about himself or herself that hasn't been found yet. That hasn't been explored, right? See, for example, you probably understand that because you picked up at a certain young age, right? And you said, I'm making Aliyah, right? It was clear to you that you know where your home is, right? A lot of people, what's the difference if I live in Memphis or in Maine or in Montreal or here, you know? Okay, so that's just an example, right? But what's like, you know, Brooklyn is
There's kosher food there too.
there's kosher food, and like you know, you can get whatever you want. You can get fleischiks and steak and pizza and falafel, right? Have to come to you know to. It's nice to be in Yerushalayim, you know, for a visit or something like that, right? So they don't. There's something missing there. You understand? There's something that's not there. There's something that's a part of their being that they're not in touch with, right? Okay, so he says, Mihu Evet. We're in the third paragraph. Who's his slave? Or what is a slave? Evet hu mishu b'tei al harishon. A slave is somebody who's given up on finding or achieving their rishon. Kishein bi odet musag rishon. If I no longer have the concept of rishon, like this is the pinnacle. This is where everything is in my life is leading towards this rishon, right? If you don't have that, אני מאבד את הראשון שבתוכי, I'm losing that rishon that's within me. וממילא אני נעשה עבד, so I become a slave. לאדון, but a master, יש rishon. A master has his rishon. He knows what he wants. אבל לעבד אין, הוא תמיד שני ולא ראשון. A slave doesn't have it. He's always secondary, tertiary.
How can you find the Rishon?
Huh?
How can you find your Rishon?
Well, if you're a Breslover, you would practice his bodhidus. That's a process in which you get to know yourself. Okay. If but in general, through davening and learning, and basically what you want to discover is you want to really find out, like, why is my neshama here in the world, right?
I think it's also in the context of other people and your relationships with other people, along with what you're learning and your davening.
Or finding out, you mean? Yeah, but that's provided that you have good friends, and
I mean, it's
by that I
assuming
mean friends that have the guts that when they see that you're not being yourself, they'll tell you.
Right. I mean, it's right. It's also assuming that you yourself are in a healthy place.
Right. In other words, you know that you're looking for your Rishon. You're looking for why am I here? What's it all about? And so meditation, to think of, to sit in quietly and to think about that is a very helpful thing. And in the davening, to daven, at least try it once a week to daven, with concentration, and there's place to put in your own personal prayers, Rebbeinu Shalom, help me find out what's the most important thing that I need to be doing here in this world. Okay? So he says, "Hachayim shelanu," our lives, sovavim kol hazman saviv hashniyim. Most of the time, they're always involved with second, v'lo saviv harishonim, and not about the first. He explains, for example, אנחנו מתפשרים כל כך הרבה. We're so often, to such a large extent, we're compromising. As to Chaim, what does it mean to be compromised?
That means you're giving up and sacrificing something that you want for somebody else.
Or, you started that with.
I mean,
so compromise is generally, right?
It should be
I want this, you want that, right? And we compromise and find something that's good for both of us, right?
It should be two people.
Right. Now, the pejorative sense of compromise, to be compromised, right? In other words, is you've made a compromise, and as a result, you're no longer achieving or going for what really is important to you. You've been compromised. Okay? So let's take a simple example. At the end of the day, some people do a cheshbon hanefesh. Take an accounting of how did I spend my day, right? And make a list of, 10, 15 things that you did today. And then with each item, ask yourself, okay, so now, presumably, you're in touch with your soul, right? You're in touch with the fact that you have a soul. Presumably, things that are important to your neshama should be somewhere at the top of the list of things that you're doing, right? Well, at the end of the day, what percentage of the time that I was awake today and that I did all these different things, what percentage of the time did I actually think about, never mind being conscious about, but at least once in a while, how many times did I remind myself that I have a neshama? Okay? How many times when I made a bracha on the food that I ate today, did I actually think about what I'm saying rather than think about the food and just got over the nicety and the politeness of making the bracha. Okay. Now, did I daven and concentrate for more than 1 minute? By 1 minute sometimes, right? So, or did I just compromise? In other words, I didn't really feel like doing it, but I made a compromise. I said it's not so nice that I shouldn't do it. So I went ahead and I did it, but I didn't. It's just compromising, right? You want to sit and learn 5 hours, and you say, no, I can't learn 5 hours. I can't even learn a half an hour. Why can't I learn for half an hour? Because I got to go wash the car. Because I got to, I gotta read the newspaper. I gotta look at the internet. I gotta look at the sports page, right? So what am I spending my life with? I'm spending my life with shniyim, with things that at best are of secondary importance, right? And I've compromised myself to accepting that, right? Right? It's in the second line of the paragraph, right? We give up, we give in. We're not doing what we want to do. We find ourselves again and again what we're doing things that we consider to be not the most important. We're not doing we're not going after our first choice. We're living in a world that most people have given up on their first most important choice. Right? Hashem lo yachol liyot sheni. God cannot be in second place. Im Hashem hu sheni. Oh, did I skip? I skipped.
You skip one.
I'm sorry.
Aval.
אבל שימו לב לדברי המדרש המתאימים. And pay attention to this, to these awesome words of the Medrash. המדרש אומר שהקדוש ברוך הוא, that the Holy One, blessed be He, נקרא ראשית. God is called the first. ובית המקדש, ישראל נקראים ראשית, the Yidden are called first. ובית המקדש נקרא ראשית, and also the Beit HaMikdash is called the first. Okay. In other words, Hashem lo yachol liyot sheni. God can't be number two. Okay. I mean, im Hashem hu sheni, if God is number two, it's lo Hashem, then it's not God. Right? Remember in America there used to be a song, I'm number one, or something like that. If I'm number one and God is number two, God is not God. I'm God. Number two is maybe Sholom. Okay? And then God can't be number two. If he's number two, he's not God. Right? A friend of mine was filling up for gas on the New Jersey Turnpike there, right across the bridge. and this black worker comes over to him, and the guy with a beard. He says, this whole Jesus thing doesn't make any sense to me. God is God. Man can't be God. Right? Man can't be God. Right? And now take this statement and compare it also with the teaching in the Talmud. Kol hako'es, anybody who gets so angry, loses his temper, ki'ilu oved avodah zara. It's as if he's worshiping an idol. Who is the idol? Himself. He's worshiping himself, right? Now, the fact of the matter is, we so often act as if we're God, right? So if I'm acting like I'm God, so what's God? Number two. Well, if God is number two, then he's not God.
Why am I worshiping myself?
What?
Why am I worshiping myself when I'm angry?
Because die hast en ich hab en jeder hat a grubber, that's the harder. Right? You heard of it? Right? We have a big fat ego. Right? You see, why is it so hard to love another person like you love yourself? Why is it so hard to love another person as much as you love yourself? And you hate the question, it bothers you, right? Yeah. I agree.
Personally, I don't love myself the way that I can love somebody else.
You love yourself less. Well, that basically, I would question. It's when it says we have to love your fellow like you love yourself. Maybe you don't treat yourself as well as you treat other people. But
I think in the terms of like the love that you can give for somebody else.
Well, the thing is like this. It says you have to love your fellow like you love yourself. Which means that in order to be able to really love another person, you also have to love yourself.
Right. I'm not saying that I don't love myself. I love myself. If you don't, you can't be a functional human being. I'm saying that, like, that question. You hear what the question is?
I was just saying, why is it so hard for people to love other people as much as they love themselves? Maybe you're an exception. Maybe you're already a tzedekis.
No, I think because people take it to a level of like, oh, I need to love myself, so like, I need to be self-absorbed and I need to be egotistical.
People just naturally are that way. Understand?
I think.
Let me ask you a question. Do you if somebody flatters you, does it make a difference?
It depends on who.
I understand, but are you like most people? Are you subject to flattery? Are you subject to bribing? No, like if somebody says, oh, like I'll like, do you feel like that you're able to state your mind and your belief just as well to someone who's always flattering you or to your boss, let's say, as you would to me?
Yeah.
Then you're awesome. Everybody.
Considering I just went through that at work and had to deal with that, yeah.
Then that's awesome, right? Most people, like they're at a job, and they might have something really important to tell the boss, but they're not going to tell him because he's my boss. So I see that he's doing something that's not so not so correct, but I don't want to lose my job, right? So it means I'm not
Because
talking.
to me, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, Ugam Ben Adam. Like, if he's in a higher position than
If
you or not.
you are trying to feed your family, and this is the one job that you
Right.
got,
100%.
and you have a boss that is whatever. I'm not arguing with you about how
No.
you are. I'm just saying, but most people, that's what
Right.
I'm saying.
They would bite their tongue because they
You
don't
bite
wanna-
your tongue, you compromise, you keep your mouth shut, you spend your life doing something that is not quite the way you want it to be. Okay, that's a reality, right? So you're saying, why is that? Okay. Now, so the Medrash is saying you got to know Hashem is first. The Yidden are called Reshit, and the Beit HaMikdash is Reshit. Even Naniach Tishal et Hashem, if you would ask God, Mi harishon avucha, who is number one for you? Who's first? Hashem Yagid Am Yisrael. God is going to say, it's Am Yisrael, people of Israel. Im Tishal et Am Yisrael, and if you ask the Eden, who's first? Him Yagidu, Hashem. They're going to say it's God. ובית המקדש הוא המקום שמקשר אותנו אל הראשון, and the Beit HaMikdash is the place which connects us with the Rishon. חורבן Beit HaMikdash, the destruction of the temple, משמעותו, what it means is שהראשון שלנו נחרב מעט, that our first has been somewhat destroyed.
Nachrav is destroyed?
Yeah. It's related to the word cherev, which means a sword. חורבן Beit HaMikdash. מדוע אנחנו בגלות זמן רב כל כך? Why are we in exile such a long time? מפני שאיננו מצליחים להשיג את הראשון שבנו, because we're not able, we're having a hard time getting in touch with the ראשון, the primary thing in our being. כשיצאנו ממצרים ומלכת איג'פט, השם אמר למשה גרצת ומשה רבינו, החודש הזה לכם ראש חדשים. This month is the first of all months for you. ראשון הוא לכם לחודשי השנה. It's the first of the months of the year. Now it was the month of Nisan, which wasn't the month of the first month of the year but it became the first month. תהפכו את החודש הזה לראשון שלכם. Make this month into your Rishon. יש לכך פירושים רבים, and this has a lot of explanations, נדבר על אחד מהם, we're going to talk about one of them.
When they say that month, do they mean Nisan or do they mean
Listen.
not Kislev?
No.
Okay.
It's Rosh Chodesh now. Kislev.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah. In the Torah, it's the first mitzvah that's given to the Jewish people.
It's Rosh Chodesh.
And that month was Nisan. כל אדם צריך לשאול עצמו שאלה פשוטה מאוד. Every person has to ask himself a simple question. האם יש משהו בחייך שהוא הראשון? Is there something in your life that is taking the first place? שהוא כל כך חשוב עד שאין שני לו. Is there something in your life that is so important that nothing can replace it? There's no second place. אם אין לך ראשון, if you don't have that ראשון, אתה שקוע בגלות העמוקה ביותר, then you're stuck in the deepest galut, exile. יכול להיות שאתה עושה את הכל כשורה. It could very well be that you're doing everything properly. אבל אתה מוכרח שיהיה בתוכך דבר עמוק כל כך שהוא בגדר ראשון. But you must have something in you that is so deeply inside of you that it is the ראשון. Let's say, for example, you have a lot of friends. Then it's beautiful. Is there one amongst them that is like the Rishon? You have thousands of books in your library. Is there one book? Is there one book that's the Rishon? Right? If the answer is negative, you are in exile because there's something about you that you're not in touch with. Right? Galuta Mukabiyater, it's a very deep exile. Okay. So I'm going to skip a little bit. So you know that in the Parsha this week, the first story, so the second story that the Torah tells us about Yaakov and Esav is that Esav comes home from the hunt, he's tired. Yaakov was cooking some lentil soup. Esav says, pour some of that down my mouth. Yaakov says, oh, how about we make a deal? You sell me the birthright, the Bechorah, right? Now, by the way, like, in another passage we learned today, R Sholom says, the world we live in is crazy. Murder is justified. And take a look at what's going on today, the Goyim are not saying to the Palestinians, hey, you are murderers. They're not saying that. They're just looking for excuses for them, right?
They're too busy deciding how the new Starbucks cup should look.
Yeah, okay. And at the same time, these liberals are saying, oh, wow, look at Yaakov. He stole the blessings. It's like you trying to find a fault in a good person to satisfy yourself because you know that you're not doing anything worthwhile, right? So what do? That somebody who's doing something, you go and you try to find some fault with something that they're doing, right? So he says, so we're starting at the paragraph. Sorry, guys. About 2/3 of the way down. The paragraph begins with So what's this birthright that's in our parsha? What's that about? That Yaakov insisted on buying it, right? Yaakov and Esav are fighting over the birthright. But what is the meaning of this fight? They weren't really fighting about who's going to be the first one out of the mother's womb. Yaakov Ratza liyased olam shebo hadavar harishon hu Hashem. Yaakov wanted to establish a world in which the number one place is God. Hadavar harishon hu liyot kadosh. The first and most important thing is to be holy. Esav Ratza olam shebo hadavar harishon hu lebalot. This what says. Esav wanted a world in which the first would be measured by how much leisure time you have. Okay? So, הדבר הראשון הוא להיות קדוש. first and most important thing is you have to be holy. I'm repeating that last sentence. Esav's most important thing is he wants to travel around, he wants to have a party here, a party there, right? And Esav lo amami olam shu lo mukhan la'avodat Hashem. Esav never said that he wasn't prepared to serve God. Ela shelifnei chen hu rotze ksat marak, but before doing anything for God, I'm sorry, I just fell asleep for a second. Where am I?
Before he started anything, he poured the soup down his throat.
Yeah, so I'm saying, Esav, right, he didn't say he doesn't want to serve God. But before that, he wants some soup. I'm not saying I'm not going to daven, but before daven, before I go to shul, I want to go and do this and do that, right? Maybe later he's going to have some time to serve God. But please, let's make it a little bit later. Okay? So he says, thank you. I'm going to sleep close to 2 o'clock every night. It doesn't happen. I'm a night person, and around 11 o'clock at night I get another wind. So right now I'm just like that.
They caught that on camera.
Huh?
They caught that on camera.
Yeah. Everybody saw it. I can do it again. So, Rishon, Mahu Rishon Shalcha, Zot HaShe'ela. What is your Rishon? Is your Rishon first yourself and God? I'll give him some attention, right? Or is God my Rishon? הסימן העמוק ביותר לכך שאתה מחובר לראשון שלך, the best sign that you're connected to your Rishon, הוא שאתה מתחיל לצמוח. When you're connected to your Rishon, you begin to grow, to develop. השני והשלישי אינם צמחים ומתרחבים. But your sheni and your shlishi, they don't really expand or spread out. But the first is always developing, right? If your Rishon is that you want to do chesed, you're going to always do more and more and more. If your Rishon is that I want people to know about me as a kind person, I'll do a certain amount, and that'll be considered. Now that I've done this much, people will say I'm a kind person. So I'm not really in touch with my Rishon. Understand? When I love a woman and she's the Rishon for me, so my love for her grows every day. But if I love her just on the level of second or third, she can be in my presence for many, many years. And nothing is going to develop. And I like bagels and herring also. It's very cute. The bagels and the herring don't grow except around my belly, but right? Page 183. We're living in a world which, thank God, you can't prove anything. There were periods in history where everybody demanded proof. Empirical science, for example. right? You can't prove it. Doesn't exist. Why doesn't it exist? Because you can't prove it.
I think that's a time now for certain people, no?
Huh?
That's a time now for certain people.
Also, yeah. But there was a time that, like, science was considered like empirical science. It was the age of empiricism. If you couldn't prove it, it just ain't so. Right? If you can't prove that every cell in your body has the same genetic the same DNA code, it just isn't so. That's what empirical, they've grown up. They say maybe it is, right? And you really can't prove anything. דתות שונות ניסו להוכיח שיש אלוהים אחד. Various religions tried to prove that there's one God. וכמה גדולי ישראל נאלצו גם הם לכתוב משהו בעניין זה, and some great rabbis in Israel also felt pressured to write about such things, proving that there's a God. But you know what? Moshe Rabbeinu lo katav klum b'Tanakh. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't write anything. Shemochiach sheyesh Hashem echad. He didn't write anything that proves that there's one God. Why? Because we Jews are not trying to prove that there's one God. What kind of God is it? If you can prove his existence. Understand? If you can prove his existence, that you're basically defining God within time and space. Okay? The Mr. Shemaget explains that the mitzvah to believe in God is more than just saying, oh, I recognize that there's a creator of the world. That's not really belief. That's a logical statement. Okay? But that the creator of the world is here now, present amongst us, and this is Hashem Echad, Shmo Echad, that's belief. Okay? So, Moshe Rabbeinu doesn't bring down any proof that there's a God. Because why? Because Jews don't need to test and prove that there's a God. Okay. If a woman tells me, prove to me that you love me, I'm probably going to answer her, do me a favor, don't call me, I'll call you. How can I prove how much I love you? Something that's real cannot be proven. I can prove to you that this bagel is gotta be is in existence. Or that this herring is in existence. Okay. Sorry, hold on. Where? Just put your finger on the place. Just put your finger on the place over there. Okay. Oh. Okay, so let me read that sentence again. I can prove to you that this bagel is in existence, or that this herring is in existence, or I can prove to you that this is butter. External things, superficial things can be proven. But you can't prove deeper things, right? Okay. האם יש דרך להוכיח שמנגינה מסוימת היא יפה או לא יפה? Is there any way to prove that a certain tune is beautiful or not beautiful? האם יש דרך להוכיח שבייטהובן היה מלחין ענק? Is there a way to prove that Beethoven was a giant of a composer? האם אפשר להוכיח למי שחסר שוק מוזיקלי שהביטחון יצר מוזיקה טובה? שבייטהובן יצר מוזיקה טובה? Can you prove to a person that has no musical sense, can you prove to him that Beethoven was a great composer? מוזיקה שאפשר להוכיח אותה, music that you can prove it, כי מן הסתם טיפשית במיוחד, is probably very stupid. כל עוד אדם איננו קשור לראשון, so long as a person is not connected to his ראשון, הראשון שלו, הוא שקוע בספק, he's living in doubt, אולי כן, אולי לא, maybe yes, maybe no, bless you. כשמשהו הוא בגדר ראשון עבורי, but when something is I found something which is my ראשון, הוא ברור לי כשמש, it's clear to me like the sun, בבהירות אינסופית, and it's absolutely, infinitely clear, right? When you have your Rishon, you have clarity. Okay, so I apologize for counting out, this. I have, on top of that, I have sleep apnea. You know what that is?
Yes.
And I don't use a mask, not yet anyway.